Well, he may not be a household word, but for those of you in Halifax, Andrew Gillis is a well-known name. He used to be DJ/newsboy on Q104, and now he does a regular music column reviewing records and spends a lot of time playing with his band, The Shamans. We caught up with them at their record release party at Bearley's in Halifax.
I see that you're styling, notice I dropped the G. Made myself visible, should you come and see about me? Cut a record on you and buy a big CD. All you take Clark to rate your record when Soul Train's on TV.
Now, when I first ran into you, you were a DJ boy.
Well,
over at Q104.
I'll tell you.
Many moons ago.
Many moons. So about 12 years that I spent there. But I was like the newsman, bluesman, actually, Mike. So I did an afternoon drive sidekick thing, read some news, and that's where I was coming from on that. Then my interest in music was strictly a sideline. All I ever really got to do was like John Dickey at Q107, which is a Sunday night blues show. So that is how I became dubbed as the newsman, bluesman.
On Sunday. Now I've got some blues you can use.
I think a lot of people don't even realize the blues tradition that's out here. And do you have any theories as to why the blues scene out here has always been as strong as it is? Because for my money, especially in a city this size, I mean, the blues has been like a hugely accepted thing. For as long as this place has been around. And there's plenty of names out there, too.
Yeah. Well, we were talking about downtown just today about the Dutch Mason live CD that's out. Drew Nelson and his band who backed Dutchy brought that out of Ottawa, but it's in all the stores, you know, as an independent CD. And that is Dutchy stuff from back late 70s. The fantastic mix and sounds great.
Back when Dutch was playing.
Back when Dutch was playing, and there's guitar on that album. Dutchy's playing guitar on that album, but you notice how great the mix was. And I think I can put it down to that, Mike, that there was a strong, like Dutch Mason, there was a strong influence of R&B. It was really soul music in the Arrows Club in Halifax. That sold to a mixed audience, both black and white, all through the Maritimes with lots of Papa and Eric Mercury. Wilson Pickett actually came through. This is like 69, 70. And then when B.B. King came out, I would say, like Thrill Is Gone, something around there. And blues was a nice meeting point where white musicians felt good about playing it and black audiences felt good about going to listen to it. And you can see it at clubs in Halifax. I think that happened in Toronto probably with Downchild. Yep. And so it was that late 60s soul thing actually brought people, you know, and a whole mixed audience, probably a black audience too, back to blues. Brought white audience, came in basically from wherever, and in the States, a Chicano audience, so you have Los Lobos and stuff. But I'm sure that those people, Joe Murphy said it, and Dutch Mason did it. They were soul music fans. Dutchy was doing piano and singing "It's Your Thing" by the Isley Brothers. Then he started a blues band a few years later after the Dutch Mason Trio.
You guys have got some original tunes, and I also like the fact that, you know, we're making them region specific here too. You know, I like to hear that kind of thing. But how difficult? I asked this question to Tony D actually when he was in town, about the difficulty in trying to write something that is new, but still is a blues tune. Right. And
it's not easy.
And he agreed it was a really, really difficult thing. So you know.
Yeah.
How do you go about or approach the writing of what we will call new blues original material?
New blues the way I go about that basically is the bringing the news thing back in. I'm sort of commenting off the front pages, I guess, a little bit. We've got a tune of real estate headline responses that people can try, like Waterfront Dream Home. If I want to dream of the waterfront, I'll sleep in the wet spot. But there's other things. I've got a JFK rap blues tune. So, and that's not even that. I wish it were more original, but you've got these guys from Philadelphia, G Love and Special Sauce. They're bringing in the slide guitar and blues sounds, and Beck is too. And what would you call him? Is like 1 and 2 chord music, sometimes with a shuffle beat or a country funk beat, and sort of rappy lyrics. Well, that isn't hip hop. That is blues. So when Beck and those guys are playing that, or G Love, who's G Love and Special Sauce, who sell over a hip hop tip, that's not hip hop at all. I wouldn't even say that those little funky elements are hip hop elements. Not until they turn the sampler on. That is still Delta blues. Musicians are definitely big fans of music, and they're concerned with everything that's happened, and they're concerned with being up to standard, of like not disgracing the idiom, let's say, right? Once they get into playing their thing, say they're a jazz kid at St. FX or something, there's a big weight of there. If you're going to pick up the tenor sax or the blues harmonica or blues guitar, there's a whole weight of information there. And it's been done in radical ways already, modern sounding ways that still would be hard to imitate now. If you're talking about, Albert Collins or Charlie Parker or little Walter Jacobs on the harp. Nevertheless, when you get on stage, I think, and maybe that's the time where you get to a rehearsal, and you'd have to save some for when you get on stage. That's when you contribute to what's happening now. That's maybe even, you might even want to forget about the influence thing. And step a little forward right when you do that.
So that's a cassette cover, but we do have CDs coming soon, right?
CDs coming soon
Yeah.
to a record store near you. And we're at the bottom rung, Mike, of the record industry. So right now, at this point, I'm walking around with a cardboard box full of cassettes. But the plan is to, we're approaching Montreal Jazz and some of the stores there, and work with some stores in Toronto, where I've got a couple of contacts, and I need to make a road trip to do it. And then by mail, maybe some stores in Vancouver where there's quite a nice blues scene as well. And I'll tell you, Mike, blues people will buy anything. So that is working in our favor. Blues people want to try a lot of different styles. And then who knows, maybe they, after a while, are going to maybe take a CD and sell it at a used store. But even if people give us a try, we would be okay with that.
Now, obviously, you don't have a video ready for this baby.
We have no video ready for this baby. We do, however, have the stock video from which a video will be cut soon.
So there will be something.
There will be something for
This is going to run before that, probably. So
Yeah, I will give you the opportunity to pick a video that maybe you would like to see following this.
Oh, sure. Well, I remember a great video by the Fabulous Thunderbirds, who we warmed up one time. Now, you'll have to dig deep in the archives, because it was back when the T-Birds were on Chrysalis. A little thing from the T-Bird Rhythm LP called Can't Tear It Up Enough, with Jimmy Vaughn in a '63 Bel Air.